Yes, it's still ABC Sports. It's yours sincerely, Chris Obokolo. Thank you for staying tuned. Yes, we promise that we're going to tell you or show you what exactly the boys are saying after they lost the game. But then again, I think we cued in the 4-2 defeat, and they say it's a feast of goals. As it were. We will show you exactly what the boys have said. Immediately after the game yesterday, we'll show you exactly what they are saying. Wait for it, we will. But first of all, let's congratulate South Africa for the feat they have done out there. I mean, I wish to hear what the English media will be saying this point, because this is their routine now, to come up with something that is not tangible to the ear. But then again, South Africa have done it. 12:32 it ended after full time.
No, I think they merited this defeat, because of this victory, because of they've played very well in this competition, and then the strength of the South Africans is their size, and they play an aggressive rugby. So I think that's the problem the English were facing, because they couldn't withstand the strength of the South Africans. So, and kudos to them, and big congratulations to them for winning their third World Cup.
Brilliant. Okay, we'll waste time on that. South Africa, congratulations wherever you are. The third World Rugby comes to South Africa. Enjoy it. Moving on now. Yes, only yesterday, as we told you, the Eaglets lost 2-1 to Australia counterparts, and of course, but that didn't stop them from moving through. Let's also announce to you that despite Angola failing 2-0 to Brazil, that didn't also stop them from moving forward. Cameroon by now should be heading to Yaoundé.
Yeah, but they've not finished their match.
They should be heading there, please. We aren't sure if they came to party or what. Please, this is it's not we don't see that type. We expect at least all African contingents
to do well.
Move to the next round. Then let's know what we're talking about here. Senegal has also proceeded to the next. So these are some of the teams we should be looking out for. The Nigerian boys, we have to confess, have played out their heart, no doubt about that. But the technical area is still being watched by some of us. We need to all look at that critically. We know too well that ex-international is with them. Ubade is also with them. The captain, if you know what I mean, of the Grey Eagles,
veteran of the under 17.
So they should all put hands together and really give a formidable team. We want to enjoy free-flowing football. That's what it's called. At this age, that's what we want to see. If they're struggling at this age, then there is no Super Eagles. We have to consider it. There is no Super Eagles. It means that the future is really, really dim. Hopefully, under 17 is what we see. Anyway, let's quickly listen to some of the boys and what they said immediately after they were beaten by their counterpart. Also, we will also cue through to listen to Nigerian new sports minister also talking about charging the boys to go out there and do Nigerian proud. We'll get to return after this. Stay with us.
It wasn't the game that the Gold Eaglets bargained to lose. Nigerians are back on, never saw it coming. For you, the captain of the team, Sam Tijani, what do you make of this team? What do you make of this result?
And I just say, on behalf of the team, we are very sorry for the loss, and we don't wish to lose the game, but just come like that. And I would just say they should keep on praying for us, should keep on supporting us, and I promise them, next game we are going to make them proud, and we are going to make them happy all the time and day. We are very sorry for the loss.
You came in as the replacement for Peter Lawale in the second half. Few minutes to go, and it was still 1-2 against Nigeria. Unfortunately, ended like that. For you, what do you make of the game?
Well, it's a bad one for us. We lost 2-1 against Australia. It's not a good result for us. We've been a defending champion for 5 times. Much is expected from us, but the Nigerians and our coaches are not happy with us, with the players, and we hope to bounce back tomorrow in our next match, being the knockout stage. We hope to bounce back and we hope to play well and make our country proud, Nigeria, because we believe that we are better than this. Today was the worst part of our game, but we hope at the knockout stage we make our country proud and make our families and our people proud as well.
Thank you very much, Divan. Peter Olawale, you're the striker. You came in today, started your first game for the country, and fortunately, we got a goal, but at the same time, unfortunately, the Golden Eaglet lost to Australia 1-2. How do you feel?
Well, right now, I'm not really happy. Because of the result. Well, as a striker, I did make a lot of chances. I scored, but it wasn't enough. And our chances that I created, we were not able to convert them. I just hope in our next game we'll be able to progress, try and convert our chances and play more better. And happiness will come back to Nigerians. Right now, we're not really happy though. No one is happy for the loss. It wasn't really a bad game, but for the result, it was fair. But I hope and I know in our next game we'll do a lot better, convert our chances and bring happiness back to our fellow Nigerians.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
For you as the goalkeeper on the side of the Golden Eaglet of Nigeria, yes, Nigeria lost. Nigeria won, Australia 2. For you, how do you feel?
Well, obviously we're a bit disappointed. We lost the game, which is unfortunate. I think that it's tough luck. We were a bit unlucky at times. We put in our best, but I know that in the next few days we're going to really train hard. Football is a game about goals, and I know that with the help of our coaches and management team, we'll be able to train on finishing. It's unfortunate that again we conceded the goals again. One was a penalty, but I know that by God's grace, in the round of 16 we'll win, and we'll keep on winning from there by God's grace. So yeah, I'm going to put in a lot of effort to make Nigeria proud.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir.
Joseph.
I'm just here to encourage them, to also motivate them. You know that in another couple of days they'll be traveling out of the country. This is a group that has brought so much, not just fame, but so much good news to this country. And that under 17 level, just grassroots. We've seen them being world champions 5 times. FIFA rating, we're #1 in the world. And they are at the cusp of another major World Cup tournament in Brazil. I felt from a distance, I've watched the games they've played. I've read about their export. And since they were in Abuja and I'm here, I felt it was important to come and see them, to bond with them, to also encourage them and motivate them. Particularly the players, but also more importantly, the coaching crew. Whatever success they have attained over the years is because of the lead coach and his entire team. I can see them around me here. I think they've done great. They've made us proud. We have some of the best coaches in the world, and that is very, very clear. We can see that. So I'm just basically here to also listen to a few requests they have, the kind of intervention they need. It's better to hear from them directly. I have listened to them. The ministry will work with the necessary federation to make sure that their needs are met, particularly before they leave on Wednesday, and any other pending issues, we will quickly look at them.
So what's the target for the team heading to Brazil?
To win the cup again the 6th time. I told them the only option is victory. There's no other option. And even for them to be able to win it a sixth time consecutively, it sets them apart. But also, it sets this country apart as a solid football nation. And I think the lesson for us is that the strength of our football is in grassroots development. Every single sport, it is from the grassroots. I told them this morning we'll try and keep this team together. We keep them bonded together so that they can graduate from under 17 to under 23. At least 80% of them. We're going to watch that very closely, and then it speaks well to grassroots football development and for others to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks to those who brought us the clips and pictures of what is happening in Africa, Nigeria to be precise. And of course, that was it Sunday, and the Nigerian sports minister, telling the boys they have to all do their best to, why not, if they can, and get the trophy home. And for the Eaglets also, we saw them being not too happy with what happened, in their last game. But they say they are ready to go. They will not disappoint. Hopefully, they will not. All other African contingents will wish them all the best. But moving forward now, and let's see how things will turn out. Let's invite one of ours, also a technical man for the Nigerian Super Eagles. He's joining the program now. Tunde Adelakun is joining us to talk about everything around Nigerian football and beyond. Tunde, if you can hear me this morning, from my end, I think it is good morning here.
Good morning to you. How are you?
Good. Tunde, let's start by saying, you watch the Eaglets. Let me have your thoughts on the Eaglets. You watched them, 3 games, 6 points. They are in the next round. What is missing, and what have you loved?
I think cohesion is pretty key. The team has done well to have won the first 2 games, but I would say personally that they wrote their last games. They have to battle back behind in the first 2 games before they ended up winning them. That is a sign of a good fighting team, a team that actually wants to do well, a team that has desire. The downside of it, of course, is that it's a team that is relying a lot on luck, because defensively they need to firm it up a little bit more. If they can firm it up defensively, they won't concede the goal. You cannot fight back from goals or a goal or 2 down all the time, all the games of the tournament, because people are scouting you. They know that you can be vulnerable at the back, and then they score, and then they firm it up, just like the Aussies did last night. So I think the team's got a lot of potential, lots of young players, lots of good players that we're watching as well. But very importantly, they need to firm things up a little bit and make it tighter, so that they can see up games and not concede silly goals every now and again.
Good. So let's go back to where it matters for you. That is the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Only a few days ago, you guys released the list of those who will be tackling Benin. The die is cast. New names are on standby, and of course, I know that those who have injuries have all returned. Ahmed Musa, to be precise, is back. We have all the names; they are all there. Give us through what you guys have discussed and how we came about all the names here.
Well, of course, as you probably know, the game against Benin and the one against Lesotho, a few days later, are crucial games, crucial AFCON qualifying games. I remember not long after we started this job, in 2017, our first qualifying game was against South Africa in Uyo. And while everybody thought that it was going to be a walk in the park, it turned out to be our first defeat on home soil, in the hands of an African opposition, and probably our only one so far, which effectively means that we want to start on the front foot this time. We don't want to, like I said about the Golden Eaglet, we don't want to always ride our luck in coming back, from deficit. So very important for us to play well against Benin and play well against Lesotho. Our list is a list that has been put together based on the fact that we have worked together with all these boys at various times in the past. We have done well with them. We have achieved results with them, and it is not a time to experiment. not a time to experiment. I want to call your attention to the fact that the last games pre the international break will be played on the 10th of November, and our game will be on the 13th of November, which effectively means that we can only have one or maybe two, if we're lucky, training sessions before that game. Now, what that means is that when you bring in a new player that has never been with us before, it is very difficult. It's very difficult to soak in the atmosphere, to soak in the conditions, to soak in the philosophy and style of play that Gernot Rohr wants to imbibe in his players. So we have had to go for trusted and tested ones for this moment, and we believe that there are no ridiculously new names, but everyone that's there is quite worthy of this captain.
Good. Thanks for that. Do we have Ahmed Musa is back into the team? I think there is a lot of joy for those Nigerians who are who saw his display out there in at the World Cup. That's nice to say. I have to say that's nice to see. I have to say Delacroix. I mean, it's nice to have. Is he the captain now? Is he the main captain? I need to make sure that is right. Tunde.
Part of the squad led by Gernot Rohr. He is the captain of the team. He is the original captain since Mikel left. And the only reason we had standing captains here and there would be when he's not playing. It's good to see that he's back training, he's back in full fitness, and we're looking forward to seeing him back in the team again.
Good. Let's switch gears a bit. While you are still here with us, as a Chelsea blood man, Chelsea, Man United might have private problems, but I think Chelsea will never be one of them because it's getting out of hands now. Your thoughts on the last game before we look at what is forward? What do you think?
Listen, both teams were on a high going into the game midweek. Chelsea had won 6-7 games on the bounce. Man United had been unbeaten in 3 or 4. Momentum was high. Everybody was playing well. Everybody was happy. We went into that game, Chelsea, with belief and confidence, but also with an ability and an intention to test out some players like Guehi, like the other one in the midfield, trying to remember his name again. Those two players who had not been tested, like Chris James on the right wing. I think what it was a game of experience against youth. Man United knew they couldn't afford not to win the game, so they brought in their full retinue of the squad, only triggered by about 1 or 2 players. Chelsea went with youth and left experience on the bench. No excuses whatsoever. Man United were well worth the win. Committed 2 stupid fouls, one in the box, which was a penalty, one just outside the box, which Rashford took very, very, very well. No qualms about it, no complaints. We move on. The next game is today, and we'll see what we can do from there.
Good. While I keep you on pause, please don't go yet. Let me bring in ex-international Tony. Tony, I mean, the Nigerian team list have been brought out. I mean, the captain is back to the squad. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think because of what Tunde is saying, because of the short period of the matches and the Nigerian league again not starting soon, so most of the players at home are not full match fitness, so it will be a risk taking them or putting them there to compete for this competition. So I think what the coach is trying to do first is for us to be able to secure a place in the competition and then be able to now start featuring players that will eventually play. So I think all this, this is all the problems caused by the LMC for not starting the league. For a country that is playing international competitions, and you need players to be fit to be able to play for in all these competitions, and your league is not on.
I think Shehu was speaking to me last night, and he said that the league is ready to kick off. And I'm told that the league, if the producer can give us the fixtures for the league, I think they want to start the league today. We try to, so that's what we have. That's what they say. We'll be kicking off. That's tomorrow. How they want to. Is it tomorrow? Tomorrow. Also, the league kicks off tomorrow, and they're all ready to go. What you're watching is what you see in the graphics is exactly how things are going to pan out from tomorrow. So Shehu and his boardroom members have eventually decided that this is the right time to bring the league. He will, why not, come out to talk to the press and tell them exactly why the league was late. And we hope that it's a very good one, because I know the media themselves, the players, the coaches, those who own clubs, they are truly tired of not having done anything yet, and that perhaps might have shown some ugly incidents that we have seen in the CAF leagues and all of that. Nigerian team have been perhaps a shambles, if I have to be sincere. We hope that now that the league has decided to come on, that things will perhaps have a clarity. Nigerian players will begin to be invited to the national team.
Yeah, because you need players to you need players. You want to see the players that are playing, and when they are not in active competition, it's difficult for you to determine how they are going to play. So the NFF and the LMCs and all that, they should get their acts right. Every country has a deadline that they set up for their league to start before major international competitions, so that you get the players ready for them to be able to perform in those competitions. But ours, the international competition has already started, and our league is not ready. So the players are not fit in going into international matches. So you don't expect them to be able to become, these magicians overnight. No, they need to be playing in active games, carry that fitness to the international game. So, and I believe that with the league starting now, probably the next few games that we're going to see that will help the players that will be invited to the national team perform well on the international stage.
Good. Moving on, I know Tunde is still there. Tunde, let's still talk about Chelsea this time around. Talk about your coach. I mean, are you guys still holding on? Is it the right man? I keep asking the question. Is it the right man, for Chelsea to hold on to? This is a game which, at home, Man United won. The fans are not happy. Having said that, today you have your hands full against Watford. Can we hear your thoughts on those issues?
Listen, there's no better person to lead Chelsea at this time, at this period, than Frank Lampard. Frank's Chelsea through and through. He's a blue blood all the way through. Frank cut his teeth properly in football with Chelsea. He loved the team, even when he was a player at Chelsea. There are two permanent features that always go and attend academy meetings: Frank and John Perry. You would never see them miss it unless they have other engagement on the football field. They're never missing from Cobham, where the youth in the under 18s, the under 17s, the under 16s play. They watch all the games. So he knows Chelsea through and through. He brought the academy players, took them over to Derby in his first game as manager. They did well for him. And then when he came back, luckily, I should say, they had this transfer. If they didn't have the transfer ban, he would have had pressure from upstairs to bring in this prima donna, this world star, left, right, center, which I think might have been counterproductive to his desire to bring in academic. Thankfully, that ban was in place, so he had no choice but to use the academic graduates, the academic product, which is good. They're coming good. They're maturing quite well. Mason Mount is doing well. Tammy Abraham is fantastic. Pick is doing fantastic in defense. They're committing what I would call the normal thing you would expect from schoolboy errors, sometimes giving goals away. Like, for example, leading corner goals and so conceding late goals and giving us catching the foul after type ending games like last week against Burnley. But at the end of the day, what you see is a bright future for this team under Frank Lampard if he is given the time, the energy, and the support.
Okay. Why don't go yet? Tunde, I keep saying that because Tony's in the studio to also, rub minds on what you are saying. Tony, I mean, most people have talked about, ex-Chelsea player Lampard. He is taking them on now. The question keeps coming: is he the right person to really lead them on?
Yeah, you was like you will say at this point in time, if you bring any reputable coach, it probably might struggle, because in the sense that people will want results, and he won't be able to give you that result because of the ban that is in place. They cannot be able to bring in new players. So, but Lampard has been able to finance these young youth players because of he has worked with them before, and he worked some of them that he worked with in Derby County. So, and Chelsea fans know that, okay, because of this ban in place now, they're not going to expect anything from Lampard. All they are expecting is for him to build a new team. So, and that is the team he's trying to build. He's trying to build a team of young players that will be able to be players of the future. So, and he's doing a good job, in terms of that, Yes, the game against Man United, they lacked that experience because they saw that Man United was sitting deep and going counter-attack because of the fast players that they have up front. So they should have found a way to break down this thing. Somebody like Odoi was hanging onto the ball for too long. When you're playing with an experienced players, that's what I think he will grow with that as time goes on. But he will now know when to hold on to the ball, when to take on the player, and then when to pull out the ball. So he dwells too much on the ball, thereby losing a lot of balls in that game. So hopefully this new Chelsea is a team for the future.
We hope so.
Yeah.
Okay, Tunde, before I allow you go, this is a final question just coming up on my question radar. They are asking the question, we've been told that Janet Roy, the coach of the Super Eagles, have said that the fixtures is not ideal for his players. I'm not sure, do you want to expand on that? He says that the November schedule is just terrific, that some players arrive one day or, even a few hours to the real training proper. Something needs to change. You want to throw some dice on that?
Well, I think it's a common problem that has happened across Africa this week. We have seen that when the schedules were released to us by CAF to say that many of the games will be played on the 13th, which is a Wednesday, and the second game at the weekend. The 13th of November does not give time for anybody to actually prepare properly. I don't know what happened with the scheduling of CAF. As you probably know, I am supposedly an insider in CAF. I should find out about this a bit more later on. But the scheduling that was done is such that the last games before the international break will be played on the weekend of the 9th and the 10th. A lot of our players, 9 of our players, will be playing on the 10th in Europe. They now fly. Some may be able to fly on the 10th in the night. Some will not be able to fly until the Monday to Africa. They get to Africa. In our own case, it's even worse because we don't have a game, we don't have a stadium in the capital city. We don't have a stadium in Abuja or Lagos. So the players arrive and they then have to probably pass a night before they can find a flight to go to Uyo on the 12th. Then the game is on the 13th. We can only train for 1 hour on the pitch on the day before the game, and then we hit the pitch on the Wednesday. Now, it's not peculiar to Nigeria alone, I have to say. I have received calls from Senegal is playing on the 13th. They're not happy, but they're lucky because they will be playing in Dakar. So as soon as the players, Sadio Mane and all that, as soon as they get to Dakar, they hit in the stadium. Cameroon's playing on the 13th. Ethiopia is playing on the 13th. Gambia is playing on the 13th. I'm getting calls and messages from coaches from all over Africa saying, what type of scheduling is this? Because it doesn't give time for training. Not only Ghana brothers, everybody is. I think Ghana is a bit vocal about it because initially he probably thought that it was for him. And I called his attention to it a couple of days ago. I said, listen, this is a generic problem because there are 7 or 8 games that are in on the 13th, and there is no way it can be ideal because all the players are coming from you. It is not ideal. I'm sure that the authorities look at it. I will personally be making a presentation to the CAF president when I to say that can this stop.
Good. Today, just your final word. Chelsea against Watford. What do you think will be the scoreline?
Put it this way, I'm not being arrogant, no disrespect to Watford whatsoever, but it will surprise me if
That's a run away from you. Anyway, let me allow you to go today. Let me allow you to go. Thank you very much for joining us. Speak to you sometime.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Brilliant.
All right, Tunde, bye.
Brilliant.
Cheers,
So
man.
that's
Bye.
Tunde who have given us an update of what has been happening out there, and of course information coming through from the Super Eagles of Nigeria. List have been released for their fixtures against Benin and all of that. We'll come next week to tell you more about the Super Eagles. But for now, there are so much still to talk about. Remember the Premiership, and we'll still go back to talk about it. F1, he's here with us, and Anthony, to tell us more about all of that. These and many more, only if you stay with us. For now, we'll quickly take this break. When we come back, so much to talk about. Stay with me.
My daughter-in-law. So how are you planning for my son's birthday? I have to cook for her. Do you people have ogirisi there? No. It's okay. Okay, let me call you back. Mama Chiji, okay. Hi, sir. Wait a market. Please pack some ogirisi. I am going to visit my son. My daughter-in-law. It's arranged, but you must use original red oil to prepare the soup. What? I'll call you back. Mama Chijo, please include Isio Morocco. My daughter-in-law. Everything is now set. But don't forget that gold wristwatch I saw the last time I visited.
Now you can talk until you tire for just 11 kobo a second. Call all networks in Nigeria and 30 international destinations, including US, UK, China, Canada, and India for just 11 kobo per second. Dial star 211 hash to activate.
That's it, boo-boo.
The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
gbogbo aláyẹyẹ pẹ̀lú ní pàtì àti ilé ìjọsìn ẹ fẹ́ ṣe polówó Heritage TV Heritage TV wọ́n bẹ nílùú London o Heritage TV wọ́n fọwọ́ wọn sọ̀yà o Heritage.
ẹ̀yin aráàlú London ǹjẹ́ ẹ ti gbọ́ pé iléeṣẹ́ Heritage TV tún ti gbé àrà tuntun yọ o gbogbo àríyá yín pátápátá la ó máa bá yín polongo rẹ̀ jákèjádò gbogbo ayé ká máa ṣayẹyẹ ní London ká sì máa wò l'Amẹ́ríkà ní Nàìjíríà àti káàkiri àgbáyé lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ àti lójú kan náà bó jẹ́ lórí fídíò tàbí lórí photograph tó mọ́lẹ̀ yékéyéké Heritage TV ní bàbá o gbogbo àwọn ayẹyẹ yín bí ọjọ́ ìbí ìsìnkú àgbà ìgbéyàwó àjọ̀dún ilé ìjọsìn yín Heritage Television ní kẹ́ ẹ máa bọ̀ tààràtà ìlú London la wà United Kingdom la tẹ̀dó sí ẹ kàn sí wa lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí 020-800-46100 tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ alátagbà wa ayẹyẹ @heritagetv.co.uk àti lórí ẹ̀rọ alágbèéká 0734-123-4560 Heritage TV abalẹ̀tù ọmọdé la wó.
Wake the streets up! Okay! Wake the streets up! Okay! Come on! Okay! Wake the streets up! Okay!
I'm not with the chop, no go chop. This, you are just having fun, let it. Smile. Let me know you are happy with me. You can always tell what somebody drove to a comedy show by the way they sit down. That brother in Agbada there, please stand up for recognition. See, they are clapping for you. They didn't know you came with Uber. Range Rover, isn't it? I just like to make you happy a bit. You know, she's here. Just to I see you adjusted your shoulder. Who bought the VIP? You or her? Just let me see who else is in there. I see the brother we have there. I see your cap. Respect, boss. Open his face, yeah? Because you don't know who's watching.
Welcome, it's still your program ABC Sports with yours sincerely, Chris Obukwalo. If you're joining us, I tell you, we have really accommodated many. We in the last lap of the show that why not? Every Saturday gives you joy. 2 hours of non-stop sports talk. If you're joining us, you're welcome, but we're wrapping up things. We have the Premiership, we have golf, we have rugby, plenty to truly give to you. But the happiness out there that South Africa has kissed that cup keep coming. Rugby World Cup final, Kosi, and South Africa first black captain. He keep running off. That's the legacy of 1995, if my brain still serves me right. I tell you, it's unforgettable. We'll keep going back to it because it's something fresh, it's something that one can really kick aside. Tony, indeed brilliant to see.
No, it is. It's a befitting sight anyway, because of when you look at the progression of where they were before, from the first World Cup they've won to now, you see that there's a lot of progression, and that's the progression that everybody needs, because that's the unifying factor. And this is a very big boost for South Africa. 3 different presidents have won the World Cup, from Mandela to the current one now. So you see that it's going to be a thing of joy for the country, because of South Africa has a big name in terms of rugby.
Okay, let's quickly slightly move away from rugby and talk about what is going to be happening in a few minutes. Bournemouth, they have their hands full against the United side that is rallying to go. A United side that taught Chelsea apart in their own home. Let's put it that way. Because every time there's a defeat, they celebrate that. Premiership coming to you. That's the time now for us to talk about the Premiership live on ABC Sports Live. So gather your friends. Some of you say, Chris, give us football, please. We just want to listen to. Okay, it's that time when we talk around Premiership football. Let's talk about the first game happening this afternoon. It is Bournemouth against United. Your thoughts?
I think United is rearing and springing from confidence now, because they've won 3 back-to-back, and then it's a big relief for them. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was saying yesterday in his interview, because they were asking him how come this new turnaround. He said there's a lot of factors that that might have contributed to it. Players coming back from injury, a change of formation also has helped them, because they've been able to play 3 at the back instead of playing 2 at the back. So they've made some couple of changes, and it's working for them, because they've considered less goals now since they've reverted to 3 at the back. So, and they have good pace going up front to score, the likes of Rashford and the rest of them. So I think they are in a good place now. So it's for them to continue to to build on that. But Bournemouth is a tricky side for them always, every time they go to Bournemouth, because this is a young, good side who on any day can defeat any team at their stadium. So I think it's going to be a tricky game, but you might edge in towards Man United because of where they are at this moment in time.
Good. You just called Rashford. I mean, Rashford is one of those players who, sometimes like the smoke is out of him, then he comes back with a bang, just like what we saw, against Chelsea. Yeah, he's really, I should think that the coach should begin to work around him let them walk around him for things to happen for United. That's my thought anyway.
No, but they don't have a choice now because they've sold Lukaku. Lukaku's gone now. There's no other prime striker there, apart from him and Marshall. Marshall is just coming back from injury. So the focus now is, where do you play him? Do you play him central, or does he like playing from the side? So Rashford as a player needs to determine where he wants to play now, and then ask the coach, okay, I want to be here, I want to be the central striker, because you are looking at a striker who, if on good condition, should be thinking of at least 15 to 20 goals in a season. So he has that in his locker, but he needs to now become, yes, he's been getting the hype and everything. This is a period where he has to start maintaining that thing now. At least for every season you're saying 15 goals. So he needs to maintain that. And the coach needs to pat him on the back, because I think he is somebody, he tends to lose focus quick, and for a player it's not good, because if you're not fully concentrated as a striker in 90 minutes, because you might be having an off day throughout maybe the 90 minutes, but the extra time, 91 minutes, and you score the winning goal. So that's how the striking world is. So he needs to focus for the whole entire match.
Callum is another person that the Bournemouth fans will be looking at to see if goals will come from his boot. I mean, Callum have also shown great strength for Bournemouth. Another great player. We want to show that when United come home, he's ready for the fight. I mean, that's another good side to touch.
No, you need to push. You need to, as a player, every time you want to play against the big boys. And when United come to town, you know that the big boys are coming to town. So obviously, whatever you do on that day will precede you for the rest of your career, because people will still refer back to that occasion. So this would be a very good day for him, if he could be among the goal scorers for today's match.
Because he's really giving his best time for Bournemouth.
Yeah, he's tried. He has been a good season anyway. So which helps in any player at all, especially if you're having a good season, then it's good, because you can now keep progressing as the season goes along.
Let's quickly look at the graphics. Talking about the Premiership fixtures of what is going to happen today and who stands where, and we'll take it just slightly. We don't want to rush this one. So Saturday fixtures. This is before we go to the fixtures. This is the table, or how it all stands. Liverpool are still edging forward, followed by City. Watford is drilling there. They have their hands full against Chelsea. We hope that Tunde won't be disappointed.
Leicester is a surprising pick there.
Yes, and Leicester, we can't forget what they did a few years ago. It's not They are back. Yeah. They are back after 9-0. They want to go. They feel they can touch again. Tony, you have your day, please.
No, because I think people are clamoring on Brian Rodgers now. For him, what he's doing in Leicester, he's doing a great job, because since he's coming now, Leicester has looked another team. Players are performing well. Players are the likes of Vardy and the rest of them. They are all hitting the marks now. So it's a good side to see for Leicester, because people are saying, can they win the league again? Yeah,
why not?
No, but for me, I don't believe that.
Why not?
The only thing is that if they come among the top 4, that's a big achievement for Leicester. You understand? So to be among the Champions League spot, so that's a big achievement for them. But going one step further, winning the league, the likes of City and Liverpool now, the way they are structured, I'm not sure they're going to drop too many points for the end of the season.
Despite everything, let's look at those standing at number 11, Tottenham. Despite everything the coach have done, I can't believe that's where we'll be finding them at this point. It's heartbreaking for everything. The new stadium, giving his best, and it's like giving so much and yet receiving little.
Tottenham has a problem, and that problem is that there's an internal squabbles in the team that is causing a big problem. And until the confidence of that team is back, then you can be able to see that free-flowing Tottenham. Everybody is playing like they're walking on eggshell now in Tottenham, because of, if you make a mistake, you're on the spotlight. you miss a goal, you're on the spotlight. The coach also is being mirrored now. Is he the right person? So there's a lot of heat going on in Tottenham. So and that it doesn't help the team. So what they need to do is to have, you see, like Man United, there was a hit on them. They came from behind and had this 3 straight victory. Now they're raring with confidence. So I think also that is the point where Tottenham needs to get to be able to now say, let their season start. So they need to get to that point. They have their next 3 games is very, very important.
It's crucial.
Yeah.
It's crucial. Okay, let's look at the fixtures now and see how things stand and who's going to make a mark this afternoon. Apart from the one we've talked about,
Arsenal against Wolves. So.
Was it Arsenal? I don't know. I think what? I don't really know because I know there are plenty of Arsenal fans really watching, and I don't want to say things that will really provoke, but what are we expecting from Arsenal actually?
No, you see, this Xhaka's problem, Ozil's problem on Emery it's distracting the team. So Emery gave Xhaka the captainship. The fans didn't like it, but they in turn should rally around their team, by booing him and trying to show your displeasure because you don't want him to be the captain. It's not going to only affect Xhaka, it's going to affect the whole team generally, because that's a big distraction. So, and yes, I'm not condoning what he did in terms of, retorting back to the fans and all the rest of it, which he has apologized yesterday, that everybody should move forward. Emery is saying that he's not going to play today. So, but everybody is keen to see what the features Arsenal will bring today, to be able to say, because whatever Emery is doing today will be a determining factor for the players between Ozil and Xhaka for the team. And whether he likes it or not, Ozil needs to come back to the team one way or another because you are losing that creative factor that you are supposed to have in the team. So, and if yes, he played when he was in Real Madrid. He was successful because he has the Alonsos and the rest of them behind him. And then somebody the likes of Mourinho gave him that free hand to create in front for the Ronaldo. So you have to use this player. You cannot put a £350,000 weekly player on the bench and then expect the fans to be happy with you. No. So he has to sort that out. That's the big puzzle that he has to sort out. You have, like I said, you have Aubameyang, who are 2 prolific strikers. But they are not getting the feeds that they are supposed to be getting. So what do you do in terms of this now? So what do you do is to find a way to create all of them to be able to play at the same time.
Good. Liverpool have their hands with Aston Villa. Liverpool, the last game, it was like a struggle, but they still want to hold on to that top rank. What's your thoughts on today's game?
A good team is a team that plays well, that doesn't play well but win the matches. That's how you win the league. So they've been struggling of late in terms of their performance. It's not that free-flowing victories that they've been getting because teams now have just like when Man City was on top. Teams will find a way to play you because they feel that you're dominated now. So they must find a way to break you down. So on your bad day, if you still come out victorious, that means that you're good because that means that that's the quality of a good team. And Liverpool, I think they have the strength and depth to go through or to the end of the league. But the heat is on.
The heat is on. Just because time is also we have the heat of the time on us also, so we need to rush things. However, if there's any other game we want to touch before we just move forward, will be West Ham Newcastle. West Ham are home in Stratford, and they will be trying to see if they can. Why not? Outdo Newcastle. But Newcastle are beginning to show that they're here to stay. Why West Ham are going to go? The West Ham at home not good. If the Newcastle can, this is the opportunity to take a 3-pointer. But then again, you can never predict West Ham.
Yes, they are an unpredictable team, like you said, because every day you turn up with West Ham. Yeah, so you don't really understand. You don't really know what to get from West Ham. Their home record is not good. Their away for this season has been better. So, but if they can reproduce the form that they produced against Man United at home, I think they'll be able to do well. But I think it is the pressure of the fans, because the fans want
more.
the fans wants to see them do more, and they are trying to, they're trying to please the fans by trying to do more, but in turn they're doing less. They're making a lot of mistakes. So, and that's the pressure of a team that people are looking to be among the top 6. If not for any other thing, try and qualify for the Europa competition, to give your fans something to go to Europe to at least have a field day there. And I think this game today...
With a new stadium?
Yeah, this game today will determine how their season is going to be, because they are playing somebody on the same rank as them.
Exactly. That's in the well analyzed one. It's still ABC Sport with yours sincerely, Chris Obukwal, with yours sincerely, not forgetting... Tony, and we'll be ex-international. Now we're going to change gears and talk about the big one, talking about Africa under 23. They say it's coming and coming very fast. We've been told from November 8th, the boys will go out there trying to outdo one another. The good story coming in from my own perspective is that 3 ladies, they are all referees. They will be going out there to actually referee a game out there for under 23. So it's something exciting. I mean, giving the ladies a chance. What a man can do, a lady can do. I leave it for you.
No, FIFA, like you know, is trying to bring the women side of officiating into
and CAF is copying.
Into the standard. So I believe in that because if they are able to officiate properly in a man's game, then the women's league, they won't be having too much issues, So, and I think it's a bit of encouragement, but sometimes it's going to be daunting for them, because some of the players that will look at them and say, I don't want a women's referee, or try to intimidate her. So they should be able to start learning to stand their grounds now, because it's going to be a tough environment for them.
Good. Let's quickly listen to one of the players, one of the Nigerian players for the under 23. He will be heading out there too to see how they can qualify for the Olympic if they could. We'll listen to them, and of course, let's just take one because of time. Listen to Nwokeli. Nwokeli could be okay for us to hear. And when we come back, it will be time to really wrap up the show on a very intelligent and sort of brilliant Saturday. We'll get to return. Stay with us.
My daughter-in-law. So how are you planning for my son's birthday? I have to cook for her. Do you people have ogirisi there? No. It's okay. Okay, let me call you back. Mama Chiji, okay. Hi, sir. Wait a minute. Please pack some ogirisi. I am going to visit my son. My daughter-in-law. It's arranged. But you must use original red oil to prepare the soup. What? I'll call you back. Mama Chijo, please include Isio Morocco. My daughter-in-law. Everything is now set. But don't forget that gold wristwatch I saw the last time I visited.
Now you can talk until you tire for just 11 kobo a second. Call all networks in Nigeria and 30 international destinations, including US, UK, China, Canada, and India for just 11 kobo per second. Dial *211# to activate.
That's it, boo-boo.
The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
bó ti yá. gbogbo aláyẹyẹ pẹ̀lú ní pàtì àti ilé ìjọsìn ẹ fẹ́ ṣe polówó. Heritage TV Heritage TV wọ́n bẹ nílùú London o. Heritage TV wọ́n fọwọ́ wọn sọ̀yà o. Heritage TV.
ẹ̀yin aráàlú London ǹjẹ́ ẹ ti gbọ́ pé iléeṣẹ́ Heritage TV tún ti gbé àrà tuntun yọ o. gbogbo àríyá yín pátápátá la ó máa bá yín polongo rẹ̀ jákèjádò gbogbo ayé ká máa ṣayẹyẹ ní London ká sì máa wò l'Amẹ́ríkà ní Nàìjíríà àti káàkiri àgbáyé lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ àti lójú kan náà bó jẹ́ lórí fídíò tàbí lórí photograph tó mọ́lẹ̀ yékéyéké Heritage TV ní bàbá o. gbogbo àwọn ayẹyẹ yín bí ọjọ́ ìbí ìsìnkú àgbà ìgbéyàwó àjọ̀dún ilé ìjọsìn yín Heritage Television ní kẹ́ ẹ máa bọ̀ tààràtà ìlú London la wà United Kingdom la tẹ̀dó sí ẹ kàn sí wa lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí 020-800-46100 tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ alátagbà wa ayẹyẹ @heritagetv.co.uk àti lórí ẹ̀rọ alágbèéká 0734-123-4560 Heritage TV abalẹ́tù ọmọdé la wó.
Wake the streets up. Yeah. Okay. Wake the streets up.
could chop infrared. This, you are just having fun, isn't it? Smile. Let me know you are happy with me. You can always tell what somebody drove to a comedy show by the way they sit down. That brother in Agbada there, please stand up for recognition. See, they are clapping for you. They didn't know you came with Uber. Range Rover, isn't it? I just want to make you happy a bit. You know, she's here. You know, just to I see you adjusted your shoulder. Who bought the VIP? You or her? Just let me see who else is in there. I see the brother we have there. I see your cap. Respect, boss. Open his face, yeah? Because you don't know who's watching.
I believe the team is ready, but the only thing is going to Egypt is we have one mindset, which is going to Egypt to pick up the tickets to the Olympic. And I believe we can achieve that as a team and hard work. The game is starting on the 8th and our first match is on the 9th, so we've got a lot of time to train as a team. And I believe we have a lot of foreign-based players, and for the coach to choose everybody, and it's going to be a good game for us if we just put our mindsets together, we can achieve it. Well, first of all, Nigeria, we are the defending champion, and I believe only that is enough confidence for us, you understand? And playing South Africa, Zambia, and even the Ivory Coast team is going to be good opponent, and I believe we respect them, not underrating them, but at the same time having it at the back of our mind that we're going there to achieve our aim, which is going to the Olympic next year. For me, I don't think there's any pressure. Well, yeah, for Nigerians, we want to win every game, but this is football, not because of Nigeria. But at the same time, we have to do what we have to do, which is one thing at a time, picking the tickets to the Olympic. If we have to win the competition, then we are ready to do that, because that's where we're going there. But at the same time, the first objective is to pick up the ticket to the Olympic.
Hopefully they are able to, do as they have in their heart. November 8th, I've been told it all kicks off, and we hope they can. Why not make Nigerians proud? For other African contingents and traveling, we also hope wish them the best. Let the better team actually proceed. That's what we pray, so that when they go out there, the world one will really be happy. That's like the Cameroonians, what they did with the under 17. Anyway, we're running off now, and before we quickly draw the curtains, stories are coming in, but we might not take plenty. The time is never on our side when we talk sports here. But quickly, I know there are two stories coming in. Let's quickly take them and then we'll wrap up.
Yes, Tiger Woods is equal the
Tiger Woods.
Yes, he's equal the record for 82 wins in the golf tournament. Which was formerly held by Sam Schneid. So, and it's a good thing for him, because after you see all the adversities that he's gone through and everything, coming back again strong, he won the Zozo tournament again just last week. So it's going well for him. That's where he got the record. So
I think he has all the ugly incidents.
Yeah,
it's not behind him, and he's beginning to move forward.
Yeah, the only person he's chasing now is the majors, who is chasing Jack Nicholson. So hopefully one day, but that's a big
axe. That's a big axe. Okay, and your final story, I think, will be from F1.
Yeah, the F1 Hamilton. He's trying to do it again. Lewis Hamilton is trying to do it again, the 6th time, world title. So he's in Austria, in America today. So he's been the fastest in the two qualifiers, and so hopefully by the end of today, if he takes pole position, all he needs to be is to be among the first 8, and then he will win the competition. Then he has a victory lap again. So he will be going beyond Vettel now. they are both part apart on 5 world titles. So he's
on the court for a role. That's the show, gentlemen and ladies, and wherever you're joining us, we will be drawing the curtains now. Very big thank you to all of you who have joined us. Tony, we'll do this again next week anyway. So that's how it is. A big thank you also to the boxer who came in to see us, Dan Aziz. Remember, next week he will be fighting. Of course, he needs your support. Big thank you to our producer, Mr. T. Ade, who is also making sure that everything goes very well. It is we broadcasting from Heritage TV. Now, number 1 in sports when it comes to the UK resident and of course those living in Europe. I haven't changed my name, I won't. On the day I do, you will be the first to know. See you guys next week.